So the basics here is we just want to get rid of the fractions. We want to kill off all fractions and just solve a regular linear equation. So for question A here, 15 over x, leave a little space, plus 4 over 5, leave a space, equals 7 over x, and leave a space there. What can I multiply everything by to kill off all fractions? I've got to multiply by x to get rid of this denominator. I've got to multiply by 5 to get rid of this denominator. I've got to multiply by x to get rid of this denominator. Thinking that the denominators are getting jealous of each other, what is that least common multiple this time that will get rid of all that? It's going to be 5x. Going to multiply everything by 5x times 5x times 5x. Multiply everything by 5x. Then we get some cancelling happening, and then it becomes easy. X cancels with x. 5 cancels with 5. X cancels with x. What's left? 15 times 5 is, what's that? 15 times 10 is 150. 15 times 5 is going to be half, that's 75. 75 plus 4x equals 7 5s are 35. Now that's not so bad, right? Solve this. 4x equals 35 minus 75. 4x equals minus 40, so x equals negative 10. Not too hard, right? That's the whole concept. These are going to get harder, but the concept is the same. That's all we're doing. Multiplying by a least common multiple of all the denominators to get rid of all fractions. And then we're just going to solve a nice linear equation. Let's move on to B. I'm going to start you off with B, but I want you to finish it. I'm going to get you to comment on what you think the answer is. So let's do this again. Remember, 12 over x plus 7, leave a space, equals 1, leave a space, minus 12 over x, leave some more space. So thinking that these denominators are going to get jealous of each other, what's going to be our least common multiple of all these denominators? Well, the x plus 7 is going to want an x. The x is going to want an x plus 7. So we're thinking like this, the least common multiple of the denominators. For this question, it was 5x. The least common multiple for the denominators this time is going to be just these two factors, x plus 7. So that's what we're going to multiply through by, times x plus 7, times x plus 7, times x plus 7 to all the terms. Let's do our cancelling. You can imagine brackets there. X plus 7 is going to cancel with x plus 7. Nothing here. X is going to cancel with x. What's left? 12 times x, 12x, equals x plus 7 minus 12x plus 7. Should I do one more step for you? I'll do one more step for you. But if you're keen, just pause me. Go ahead. All right? Try and beat me to the answer. The more you can do without my help, the better. The more you challenge yourself, the better you'll be. Distributive property here. X times x, x squared. X times 7, 7x. Minus 12 times x is minus 12x. Minus 12 times minus 7 is minus 84. Oh, look what happens. We're going to get a quadratic. Okay, I'll give you a couple more steps here. Remember, we want it all to equal 0 here. So let's get everything over to this side. 0 equals x squared plus 7x minus 12x minus 12x minus 84. 0 equals x squared minus 12, 7 minus 12 is minus 5, minus 5 minus 12 is minus 17x minus 84. And we get to here, okay, we get a quadratic equation. From here, we're going to factor that. Factor. And then we're going to get roots or solutions, x equals something or x equals something. What are the two solutions here? I'll let you do that and put your answers in the comments. What do you think? And to finish off, we'll just do one more example. See, this one's a bit of a beast, all right? So we'll finish with a hard one. Let's give this a try. So 7 over x minus 1, leave a little space, minus 5, leave a little space, equals 6 over, and what we're going to do here is factor. We want to factor so we can see all the factors. X squared minus 1, that's a squared minus b squared, which is going to factor to a plus b times a minus b. So what are our, I think I said last time I said least common multiple. Probably should have been lowest common denominator. Basically the same thing. So what are our factors? We got x minus 1 as a factor. This is over 1, all right, and we've got x plus 1, x minus 1. We don't put two factors twice, okay? Remember, we're just thinking jealousy, okay? This one wants the x plus 1, okay? But this one has everything this has, so this one's not jealous at all. So if we were going to do this, if we're going to add all this together, what would be that common denominator? That's what we multiply by. So it's simply just going to be x plus 1, x minus 1. If we multiply everything by this, all the fractions will disappear. So let's do exactly that. Times x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. And let's cancel. Get out my trusty green, my green cancelling. X minus 1's cancel. X plus 1's cancel. X minus 1's cancel. My green hornet. Maybe that's what I should call it. What's left? Now you'll magically see that all the denominators have gone and we no longer have any fractions. Minus 5 equals 6. Now we're going to solve this. 7x plus 7, expanding that out. Yuck, what am I going to do here? Minus 5. Well, let's just multiply these two. A plus b times a minus b is going to be a squared minus b squared. Okay, but 1 squared is 1. We don't need that. Finishing this off, 7x plus 7 minus 5x squared. Be careful with your signs here. Minus 5 times minus 1 is plus 5 equals 6. Now let's collect the like terms. Well, actually, we've got minus 5x squared. Let's bring it all over to this side. So I'll end up with 0 on the left. 0 equals 5x squared minus 7x plus 7 is going to come over as minus 7. Plus 5 is going to come over as minus 5. And this is plus 6. It's not changing sides, so it stays plus 6. Next step, let's bring this up here. 0 equals, collect the like terms. 5x squared minus 7x, doesn't mix with anything, minus 7x. And the constants here, so minus 7 minus 5 is minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. Can this be factored? All right, so remember I'm erasing as I go. You should not do that. I only need the board space. That's why I'm erasing. You should not erase. Remember, we all want to see you're working. We're going to do this ugly cross method here to factor this. 5x squared, so 5x and x. Factors of 6, 3 and 2. Give it a try. So 5x times 2 is 10x. X times 3 is 3x. Can this give negative 7x? Oh, yes, it can. Did I get lucky? First go here. I need a minus 10x plus a 3x, which means I've got to go back here. To get the minus 10x, I've got to make this a minus. To get a plus 3x, I need this to be plus. Final check. That times that equals that? Yes. That times that equals that? Wow, how lucky is that? So 5x plus 3. And on the bottom, x minus 2. There are two factors. So, zero product property, remember? How do we solve this? You needed this for example B actually, but I didn't finish it for you, did I? I've got 0 equals something times something. 0 equals something times. If I've got something times something equals 0, what does that mean? It means this must be 0 or this must be 0. And that's our next step. 5x plus 3 must be 0 or could be 0, or x minus 2 could be 0. Then we get our two solutions. X equals minus 3/5 or x equals 2. So that is the answer for C. A little bit harder, that one. All right, so it's all about finding the lowest common denominator for all the fractions. If you're going to add them, what would the lowest common denominator be? But then you just multiply everything by that and it kills off all the fractions. And then you can just solve a regular equation with no fractions in it.